Being a pro makeup artist, making adjustments and moving with the times meant having to do things differently for the growth that I wanted, which is trial and error because there is no blueprint, which meant a routine had to be established in order to stay in the game. Hello, zala, what is happening? I hope you guys are stunning. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Masego. My channel is all about things freelance makeup artistry, and I am a mom and wife as well, so every now and again I'll be sharing a few of those tidbits with you. But for today's video, I would like to most definitely delve in deeper into being a disciplined freelance makeup artist. I have top 5 habits that I really feel will aid in your journey as a freelance makeup artist. As far as being a disciplined freelance makeup artist, I have a few things that I would like to share with you guys, specifically 5 things that I'd like to share with you guys. Pretty much what I mean by a disciplined makeup artist is, guys, it's like the doors in this house are completely just possessed. Okay, it's very windy outside and it's raining, so please just forgive me. However, I'd really like to do this, and I really would love to share this with you, so please just hang in there. Okay, I mean, it's just five pointers that I'll be sharing with you today. Okay, anyway, so the top 5 habits to grow and become a better freelance MUA, I believe, are basically, you know, the things that are going to keep you going, because this industry is a self-motivated, self-employed kind of self-starter. You have to push yourself, and if you want to have goals achieved that you set out for yourself, I feel like these 5 things will really aid you in your journey as a freelance makeup artist. So my backstory is that I usually do television shows, and I usually do films, short films that I usually will be like head makeup artist on and be doing the makeup for that and designing looks for that. So that's generally the things that I do mainly, and then on the side I'll do like commercials, and I'll also do, you know, one-on-one private makeup gigs, and I'm hoping to get into more independent projects, which is part of the things that I really feel like would put me in a position where I can get to really showcase more of my skill, because in all the projects that I have gotten, I haven't really had the chance to necessarily get to showcase all the skills that I have. However, today's chat is all about discipline and how I'm going to realistically tell you how you can make it so that you keep in the game, especially if this is something that you love, something that you've chosen to go into, and something that you really want to stick to. Because I know with myself, I've had a lot of times where people are like, babe, don't you want to, you know, throw in the towel? Don't you want to get a job? Or don't you want to get whatever? And in my heart, I know that I truly am supposed to be doing this. I love doing it, because every time I step onto set, every time I'm doing designing a look, someone's look, I really put my all into it, and it makes me feel so good. So I know for sure that this is where I'm meant to be. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I have structured these things so that I can possibly do better, and also handle all the, you know, kind of difficulties that come with having chosen said industry. All right, so we're gonna start off with number 1. Number 1 is, you know, you have to almost separate your goals from your emotions. That is something that I find is really important, because I found at times in between jobs is a very difficult space, and I have to remain disciplined enough to focus and not to kind of be overwhelmed or taken in by imposter syndrome, where you're waiting things out and you're not really sure what's happening and you're trying to find work, and it is exceptionally difficult to find work. But I need for you to be able to break through those pockets of in between gigs and in between films or TV shows or whatnot. It is your responsibility to be disciplined enough to separate your goals from your emotions, to acknowledge the fact that you are going to have to constantly be your own motivator and be able to design certain tasks for you to keep your eye on the prize, keep your head in the game, so that you can make sure that at the end of the day, you are putting yourself in a position where even though you are in between jobs, you'll have to find ways and means to fill in those pockets. And that is the only way you could possibly, not necessarily the only way, I'm just saying it's like one of the ways that you can possibly handle things like emotions creeping up and really getting you into a funk until you get the next job. Because I feel like in the long run, that will be so beneficial to you. You will thank me later. You will thank me later. Time moves and the world moves along, and you can't necessarily be waiting for your next job to try and propel you forward. Having chosen this freelance job means that you are self-employed, means that you are responsible for growing this company, this entity. Therefore, doing things like separating your emotions from your goals means that even if you are, let's say, working on a project and it happens to end and you don't have plan B and you're still kind of looking and waiting for the next one that's going to come up, be responsible enough, be disciplined enough to have those pockets almost filled to a T as to what else it is that you can do in that time. I'm telling you, it'll be so good for your mental health, and it'll actually help you align yourself with getting even better work. So number 2 on our list is adaptability is inevitable, because that is what you're going to do. That is literally all you're going to do. You are self-employed, you're a freelance makeup artist, and life still happens. Like, for example, with me, when I became a mom, I had to adapt to this entire whirlwind that had come over me. It was a spectacular time. I had saved up some money. And obviously I thought to myself, okay, so as long as we're sorted financially, it'll mean we'll be fine. However, I didn't take into consideration how hectic it would be on my mental and how hectic it would be on my body, and just really me getting back into myself and really just getting back in the game again. I see there was a bit of a light shift, guys. The weather is the weather. But I'm a winner and I'm adapting, and I'm gonna, keep it moving, keep it going like the water. But nonetheless, so with all of those changes, I had to make a couple of adaptations to my life. As a freelancer, one of the things that I was most scared of was basically, no work. And here I am with a child, and I really wanted to be there for the beginning stages of my son and growing up, and I wanted to breastfeed and go through all of those motions. And I decided, you know what? I'm gonna stay home for an entire year. And it was risky on my behalf, and it was very tasty trying to work myself back into the industry again. However, I, by the grace of God, managed, guys. I, by the grace of God, managed. And that is why I say that, you have to be able to adapt to different situations. Be solution-based, which is part of being a freelance makeup artist. We're always pressed for time. You're always on set, things happen, and you need to be solution-based so that you can work around the problem, get it solved so that we can get, this shot in the bag. And disciplined people, of course, that is what they do. They adapt. If something comes up, they're not going to necessarily just choose to make excuses. They choose to come up with a solution and basically work around whatever problem they have or whatever problem they're faced with, and work around that so that it can get them the result that they want, the goal that they have in mind. Of being a disciplined freelance makeup artist, it means that you have to adapt and move with the times and constantly keep adapting your objective, or those little pockets of things that you want to do to get to the main objective. Keep that in mind. Let that sink in. Making sure that you, no matter what, you stay on your path. Because in the times where things have really shifted, I've adapted, and I realized that this is growing me and that I'm in so much more of a better position than I was before, having had, to adapt. It's almost like a test. And those things are constant. They are constant. It never ends per se. You know what I mean? It never ends. It just keeps on coming, and you just have to keep on working through it so that, you get to what you want. And it's either this or that. You either get it if you, go for it, or you can just kind of wait it out. It just takes longer. Then there is number 3. Number 3 is time management. I cannot tell you, this one is definitely a big one for me. It was incredibly difficult for me to, try and manage my time. I think there was actually a point in my life where I was like, I really want to get into freelancing, and I really want to get into, establishing a YouTube channel and just being more, effective online with digital pockets of content that I create. That when it finally came into my lap and I was home, baby was about, I think, 3 months. I had healed. And now I had this time that I'd been asking for, been wishing for. Because when you work on set, on a few sets, like in terms of like your telenovelas, where it's like a daily thing, and all you're there thinking about is the bigger dream, and you keep imagining how it would be if you had time. And then I finally had time, and now there was so much time, and I did not know what to do with this time. I wasted it. I slept, I ate, I kind of mastered with all kinds of tasks in the house. I would just like do cleaning. I would do like in-depth kind of, deep cleaning sessions and whatnot. And every time I would think to myself, so we're not getting any closer to where we want to be. We're not getting anything done that we want to get done. So I had to sit down with myself and consider the fact that I was not managing my time very well. And time management is really key in the sense that you have to sit down and work it out and see what it is that I'm doing with my time, and what is it that I can get done with the time that I have. This is that moment. This is that time that you were dreaming about. This is that time that you asked for. Now that you have it, what is I gonna do? What is I gonna do? So I started out with, just creating some projects for myself. And I started out with, contacting some friends and asking if I could do their faces, kind of just working out of, the state I was in after having my son, and just really working at getting my groove back, getting my confidence back, just so that I could at least, feel like, I still had it. Because it just, after the baby, it genuinely felt like I kind of lost it a bit. But, after that, then people start seeing things, and then people are like, oh, hey, I see you did this and this, so does that mean you're available? And I'm like, yeah, So it's like little things like that happen, and you just think to yourself, what? So yeah, point is, managing your time and just being prepared and just preparing for opportunity. I cannot tell you, I had such a fun time during that time, doing photo shoots and getting called. I booked my first commercial, and it's like the wheels just start to turn once you start allocating specific things to specific time zones, and you'll see it's definitely so worth it. Definitely so worth it. All right, number four is you got to commit to learning. You have got to commit to constantly learning. One of the things that come with growth is that you are going to have to acquire something else to get to the next level. That's literally, as basic as that is, when you are in that moment and you were, like for me, for instance, just before I found out I was pregnant, I was at the peak of my profession at the time. I was heading both makeup and wardrobe on some shows. I was doing sitcoms that were long and lengthy. I was doing so many projects. I was heading so many projects. But one of the things that I had to learn was that sometimes you can't necessarily go back to how it was before. You have to get yourself back into things. I'm not saying, now you are this professional artist, and now that you're trying to work yourself back into the industry, you have to start at like the lowest of the lowest. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, contact some people that inspire you. Contact some people who you feel like you could learn so much more from them. Contact some people who you are seeing who are doing amazing things that tickle your fancy. And that's exactly what I did. I contacted someone and they were like, oh my word, hey. And I was like, dude, I'm down to assist. I feel your work is incredible. It's inspired me. I'm in a position where I'm trying to get back into the industry again after maternity leave, and I feel like I've had to make a couple of shifts. I've had to pivot a bit in terms of what it is that I do, because it opened me up to so many things. I was doing commercials now. I was doing like private sessions. I got to travel. Guys, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how just committing to something. It's just so crazy how the Lord genuinely works in mysterious ways, like genuinely works in mysterious ways. But commit to learning, because I did makeup, I graduated in like 2014, I think. So makeup styles have evolved, and makeup trends have evolved, and things are changing. There's like a wider makeup range now than there ever was back when I started with makeup. So I genuinely have to be open to learning, to using different products. I'm not saying I don't know how to use them. I'm just saying that different formulas are coming out, and all kinds of things are happening right now. I do have my OGs, things that I definitely stick by, that necessarily don't have to change because it's like a TikTok thing. But there are things that I have learned and that I've tried out, and I really found, oh my word, this is amazing. So one of the best things that I heard once from a mentor is that you are never too good to learn. You're never too experienced to learn. And it's not necessarily that it would change what it is that you do. It's just a matter of, upskilling you, or having you tweak something, or having you, give an edge to your style. It's little nuances like that that really just keep you in the game. I mean, look at Beyonce. Look at Beyonce, she's still Beyonce. She's still Beyonce. She's still doing her thing the way she does it, but she is moving with the times. And that's what you got to do. You got to commit to learning. You got to commit to doing better. Open yourself up to different things, so that you can become a better you and a more disciplined people commit to learning. You never know too much. Don't ever think, now I know everything. That is no way to view things, because you can never know everything. And experiences are different. Experiences open you up to so many different things. You can never know everything, especially like with something like makeup. Yes, you go to school and you get taught things, but there is no greater teacher than the one that you find on a set with actual people, actual things like time, things like, you guys are only available, like this set is only available for a set time, budget constraints. There's so many other things that could affect how it is that you get the job done, that you'll most definitely, when you're on set, find a way to tweak what it is that you learned in school and try and manage to somehow do it faster, more efficiently, in a team setup. There's so many things. So that's why I'm saying that to be a more disciplined freelance makeup artist and to set yourself apart is to definitely commit to learning and to be open to that. It even makes you such a better leader. I find that I've become such a better leader because I allow assistants that I work with, I hear them out. I give them room to be able to flex their muscles, show me what they got, show me what you got. Okay, to show me what they got and to just do their thing. And we pick up certain things from each other and we just keep growing more and more, and that's just what it is. All of this just makes for such a brilliant and disciplined freelance makeup artist. Thank me later. We have come to our final and last tip. And this one by far is the one, choose resilience over failure, because failure comes in all shapes and forms. Failure comes in so many shapes and forms, and I cannot tell you what the level of imposter syndrome that will go around, that goes around when you're an artist and you're constantly questioning your skill, constantly questioning what you did, constantly thinking about whether it looks good or not, but there are signs that show you that you are on the right path. There are signs that show you that you are worth your salt. There are signs that show you that you are brilliant at what it is that you do. However, things come along at times and you feel like you're failing, and sometimes you just gotta take that L, Sometimes you just gotta take that L and you gotta just switch it up on yourself and just keep going. Through all the failures, just keep going. I literally just saw this video on Instagram, and it's of this girl who says, dude, it's January again and I'm back at the gym and I'm gonna do this again. And it's literally been my goal for the past 5 years, but every single year, without a doubt, I will still keep at it. I'll still keep going. And I'm just saying, it is the way to go. It is truly the way to go, because who are you to tell me I gotta give up on myself? You know what I mean? I don't want to give up on myself. I choose to be resilient. I choose to keep going at it. I choose to unconditionally love myself and to take every failure and be like, you know what? Okay, cool. Back to the drawing board. How are we gonna attack this time around? Because I know how it feels like when you set your sights on something and it just doesn't happen. And I can't tell you, like, it actually feels worse to, get into a slump and just hide away from everyone and just, you know, like not want anything to do with the very thing that you loved and the thing that you know, were so hopeful for, and the thing that made you so happy. And, you know, choosing your happiness, you know, literally just shunting embarrassment to the side and just moving on and trying something. I believe, and I've seen it with my own eyes, that when you decide to try something out and you keep trying and you keep trying and you keep trying, there is no way it won't work out. There is simply no way. You know what this is actually doing? When you fail, it's literally just a test. I mean, scientists do it. I mean, pretty much everyone in the world does it. If you want to conquer anything, you got to test it out. You know, you're talented, yes, but now you're putting in the hard work that goes into actually testing this thing out that you want so bad. And yeah, failure is going to come through every now and again. But best believe that these failures genuinely make you stronger. I know in the moment it feels like rubbish and you really don't like it. I didn't like it when I failed. It's embarrassing. You feel inadequate. You feel like you just can't get anything right. But it's crazy how in the moment when you are trying out that very thing, there are so many other good things that you have done that are cushioning that blow. And those are the things that you need to turn to. You need to turn to those things that make you feel so good. Turn to those things that, you know, you did well. Turn to those things. Look, even if it means looking at your CV, even if it means looking at a couple of posts that you made beforehand, even if it means, you know, like me with the YouTube channel, I had to go back and check out some of the other videos that I'd made because I've been trying so hard at this YouTube thing and just trying to establish consistency. But you know what? I keep trying it over and over again, trying it in a different way. And I'm going to keep trying until it works out. And when it does, holla at your girl. Holla at your girl, because I'll be there like, boo, 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 boo. But zala bazoo, what's happening? So all I want is for us to grow and to become incredible artists, hone our craft, remain disciplined, understand that I know there are a lot of people out there playing makeup down like it's some simple thing that you could just do, mostly because of how it is being done in terms of like social media and whatnot, but it's because it's something that you do at home. You know, like how you can cook at home, you know, how some people make remedies at home. People try out makeup because it's something that you can do as well, like at home for yourself. And that is an entire niche on itself. You know, with me as a makeup artist, I get to create characters. I get to design looks. There are so many little attributes that make up an entire character. And that's what you have to realize. And once you realize how special you are as an artist and the things that you create, you get to realize that there's so much more to it. And it is just our responsibility to show. Like, hey, y'all, this what we do. This what we do. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope that you guys got some value out of the 5 pointers that I shared with you guys, because it's so near and dear to my heart, because it's of experiences that I've actually had, and it is how I am combating some of the frustrations that come with, you know, being in between jobs and trying to really, you know, motivate yourself. So I hope that if anything, that you feel motivated, if anything, you feel enlightened in terms of, you know, what goes into being a freelance makeup artist and how seriously you have to take it. And I just hope that you find discipline and realize that you can do it no matter what, you know, things that might be clouding your judgment, because sometimes we can be overwhelmed by negativity. But I genuinely believe that we have so much potential. I believe that I have a lot of potential, and I believe that I am here to seek out that potential and, you know, work it out until it makes a big bang. So yeah, otherwise it was stunning having this chat with you guys, and I hope that you enjoyed the video. And if you have enjoyed the video, please like, and you know what, comment down below which one you find the most difficult to do. What do you think is the most difficult part of discipline when it comes to being a freelance MUA? But otherwise, really, if you know of another freelance makeup artist that you'd like to have you know, also see my video, feel free to share it with them. You know, let's grow our community, Buzala Bazoo. And I will keep coming, I'll keep returning, and I'll keep sharing more and more of my work with you guys, and I hope that you enjoy it. And otherwise, I love you so much. And what do you think of my look? I did this look. I'll be sharing. I think I should come here and actually do a nice review. I think because I love the merchandise so much that I received, I think I should come back and do an actual review here on my channel. Otherwise, stay well. Love you guys.